You must be familiar with the recent events of turmoil in parts of Turkey and Syria that left people devastated all around the world. Thousands of people died and millions were affected. Cries of people who lost their families and friends left people in shock that how a beautiful city, families and happiness can all be lost within seconds. The earthquake that arose 32 kilometers northwest of the city of Gaziantep was 7.8 magnitude and became the reason for destruction in hundreds of kilometers. These events once again have brought people's attention to earthquakes and the reason for their occurrence. However, geologists, the scientists that study the Earth's crust, were not much shocked as they knew this region of Turkey was prone to large earthquakes. So can an earthquake arise around your hometown too? How do scientists find which regions around the globe are more prone to the earthquakes? Stay till the end of the video and you will have all the answers. But before that, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel in depth. See, the earth is not solid from the inside. It has molten lava below the crust. The interesting part here is that the crust is not uniform and it is divided into several parts which we call tectonic plates. These plates join together to form the crust and their point of interaction is known as the fault line. Tectonic plates found in the ocean are called oceanic plates, while those found in the continents are continental plates. Moreover, the tectonic plates tend to continuously move due to the convection currents triggered by the molten lava inside the Earth's crust. This causes an accumulation of potential energy and strain in the region around the fault line. And if the energy exceeds a particular threshold, it leads to either the plates sliding against each other or drifting away from each other. An earthquake is nothing but shaking of the surface of the Earth's crust, resulting from a sudden release of this potential energy from the point of interaction of tectonic plates in the Earth's lithosphere, ultimately creating seismic waves. This point or region of the tectonic plate from where the earthquake originates is known as the hypocenter, while the point directly above on the Earth's surface is known as the epicenter. If these seismic waves are strong enough, they cause destruction in hundreds of kilometers from the epicenter. So now you know that the tectonic plates are in continuous motion. This motion can be categorized into two types, depending on whether they are moving closer or going away. Movement in narrow zones along the plate boundaries causes most of the earthquakes. Most of the seismic activity occurs at two types of plate boundaries, divergent and convergent. As the plate moves past each other, they sometimes get caught and pressure builds up. When the plates finally give and slip due to the increased pressure, the potential energy is released as seismic waves, causing the ground to shake. The movements of the plate help shape the geological features of our planet. The two main types of plate movements include divergent. As the name suggests, this type of movement is where two plates move away from each other. Due to this, molten rock from the mantle erupts along the opening, forming new crust. The earthquakes that occur along these zones, called spreading centers, are relatively small. The Great Rift Valley in Africa, the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden all were formed as a result of divergent plate motion. Convergent. This type of movement occurs when two plates move towards each other and collide, releasing powerful seismic waves. When a continental plate meets an oceanic plate, the thinner, denser and more flexible oceanic plate sinks beneath the thicker, more rigid continental plate and is known as subduction. Subduction causes the formation of deep oceanic trenches, such as one along the west coast of South America. The rocks pulled down under the continent then begin to melt, and sometimes the molten rock rises to the surface through the continent, forming a line of volcanoes. About 80% of earthquakes occur in the region of the convergent movement of tectonic plates, called convergent boundaries. When two continental plates meet in a convergent type of tectonic movement, both of them crumble and are pushed up as both are equally strong and rigid. This leads to the formation of high and huge mountain ranges such as the Himalayas. Moreover, these plates tend to push each other higher and higher, causing a continuous increase in height of such mountain ranges. So now you know the science behind the occurrence of earthquakes. Let us now understand how they propagate and cause destruction in such large areas. When the potential energy is released from the tectonic plates, two types of seismic waves are formed, which are P or the primary waves and S waves or the secondary waves. P waves are longitudinal and hence the vibrations are in the same direction as the direction of travel. It is known as compressional waves. P waves travel faster than S waves, whereas S waves travel at right angles to the direction of travel and are slower than P waves. These are also known as transverse waves. If you are near the epicenter of the earthquake, you will feel both the waves at the same time. But if you are at some distance, the P waves will reach you first, followed by the S waves. The intensity of the earthquake is measured on the Richter seismic scale from 1 to 10. The magnitude increases by 10 times when an increase in each digit, that is, an earthquake of magnitude 4 is 10 times that of 3 on the seismic scale. Earthquakes from 0 to 3.9 are generally harmless, 4.0 to 5.9 are moderate, 6.0 to 6.9 are strong, 7.0 to 7.9 are major, and anything above 8 are devastating in hundreds of kilometers. So now you should have understood that the regions where two tectonic plates interact are most prone to earthquakes of higher intensity. If the region of interaction is along oceanic plates, then it may also cause tsunami, which further increases the magnitude of destruction. However, not all the earthquakes cause a tsunami. This was all you needed to know about earthquakes, what leads to this disaster, and the subsequent effects. Thank you for watching.